Shalom. Barak to Yahweh, Bashim, Yahweh Shai, Bashim Makakadash. All praises and glories definitely do, especially in the times we're living in. Much respects to the apostles and others of Great Millstone, and to all the brothers out there doing the work. I say Shalom. All right. This will be a breakdown of Revelation 17. I was just looking at a video that Elder Apostle Tahar did, called the Whore of Babylon. So again, which, basically is throughout the scriptures, Revelation 17 that we're about to do talks about it, obviously breaks it down. That's what we're going to do for you. And Revelations 18 as well breaks it down. We're not going to do that one. I'll come back another day and do that. But he was, in his video, I think it runs about 18 minutes. I think you should all go watch it. I highly recommend it. And he talks about some brother trying to break down the parable that, is here, talking about the 7 heads and the 10 horns, right? This parable here, and the angel said unto me, wherefore didst thou marvel? And I will tell thee the mystery of the woman, right, who sitteth on the beast, right, and of the beast that carried her, because she's sitting on it, which have the 7 heads and the 10 horns. And this guy, supposedly, whoever he is, wound up saying, that the 10 horns are 10 anti-messiahs, right? So, the guy, in other words, screwed up, the whole breakdown, all right, of, the interpretation of the scriptures, all right? And that's not going to happen here, all right? So anyway, let's get started with this, all right? Again, there's a lot here. I don't want to make this a long lesson. If I can recite the scripture instead of taking you there, I'm going to do that. But also take you to certain things so you have clarity and understanding. All right, so without further ado, let's get right into it. All right, and there came one of 7 angels, which had 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, come hither, and I will show thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth on many waters. Now, the answer to that riddle of who sits on many waters is the 15th verse here. And he said unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth, are peoples, multitude, nations, and tongues. That's America, Babylon the Great. That's known as the melting pot, people, much like the Roman Empire in its time. And again, America is simply the 8th and last head, okay, the last extension of the revived Roman Empire, which is culminated in with the EU nations, right, being the 10 horns, NATO being the beast. So you have the 10 horns, you have the beast, and America, who's the whore, who rides the beast system. Those nations that came before her, that were empowered before her. Okay? And again, this is all a fulfillment of what? Prophecy. All right? And that's why in order to know the mystery, you have to know the history. Whether through circular history or here biblically, you go back to Daniel chapter 7. All right? So Daniel chapter 7 plays a big part in the breakdown, all right, of getting the understanding, all right, as well as circular history, okay, because America, Babylon the Great, is the little horn spoken about in Daniel, okay, and she plucked up 3 roots, 3 of her own kings, and that would be who? America fought the British Empire for her independence. America was started by 13 British colonies, was it not? Yes, it was. She also fought who? The French and Spain. So those are the 3 roots right, that she plucked up. You understand? So America comes out of Great Britain. Remember that. Okay? And Great Britain was actually the seventh head. Okay? But there would be an eighth that would come out of the seven, as the parable reads here in Revelation 17. And when we get to that, you'll have understanding. You understand? All right? Let's move on, shall we? All right. Verse 2. Whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication. Okay? I don't need to get into that word fornication. I think you people understand what that means. In other words, these other nations, all right, are in bed with America. You understand that? Okay, they have an alliance, an agreement. You understand? They're confederate. You understand? All right? And you can go to, what is that? Psalms 83. We'll certainly clarify that for you about them being confederate. All right? You understand? All right? That they have an alliance, an agreement. All right? The money system, you know, the petrodollar. And again, that's getting ready to end, right? So they can go to the digital currency, right? Cryptocurrency, you understand? You know, the mark of the beast, all right? Where everything will be in there, all your information, you know, on a mainframe. You understand all that, people? All right? Revelations 13, 16 through 18, we're living it out right now, okay? It's happening right now. Been happening, okay? And really, after that happens, all right, where they start, you know, wanting to chip everybody on the earth, you know, with that mark of the beast, the RFID microchip, then the destruction is going to come, all right? All right, so that's how close we are. We're at the door here, all right? All right, so let's continue here. With whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. The wine that it's talking about means her doctrines, all right? Her way of doing things, her laws and legislations. You understand all that? All right? All right. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman, right? Talking about America, Babylon the Great, the whore, okay? Sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. You see that? All right? Give me a minute. Like this, people, so you get the idea. See that? The beast with 7 heads and 10 horns. We'll keep coming back to this, especially when we come to the parable. All right? And the 7 heads equals 7 governments or kingdoms. Right? Headed up by who? Esau. Esau, Edom, the white man. All right? And if you people have a problem understanding this, we'll get back to the rest of the breakdown. But you see America, she's the woman riding the beast, the red dragon. And in her hand a cup of abominations, all right, of the earth. See that? All right. We'll come back to that. Give me a minute. All right. So now you people have some understanding, all right? And we'll come back to it. You'll get further full understanding when we get to the parable, all right? Now, let's continue here. All right. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand. We just saw that, right? You just saw the woman sitting on the scarlet-colored beast, holding a golden cup in her hand, full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. See that? And you saw it. It said the woman, it said right next to the woman, America. You understand? Sitting on, you know, the beast, all right? The 7 heads and 10 horns, all right? Do you understand that? All right? A conglomerate of kingdoms, of nations that came before her, right? And she is the last head of that conglomerate because she comes out of the 7. And again, you'll see that when we get to the parable. All right. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, Mother of Harlots, Abominations of the Earth. Let's get into a few words here. All right, here in the blue letter. Mystery, all right? Hidden things, secret, mystery, generally mystery. All right, hidden purpose or counsel, secret will of men. You understand that? Secret counsels which govern God in dealing with the righteous, which are the elect of Israel. All right, from ungodly and wicked men, but playing to the godly. All right, got that? An image or form seen in a vision of a dream. You understand? And again, it's no more mystery. The mystery is who America, Babylon the Great is, the daughter of Babylon, okay? Who is also known as, again, Mystery Babylon the Great is the daughter of Babylon, daughter of the Chaldeans, spiritually known as Sodom, as the Sodom and Gomorrah, and spiritually known as Egypt. Okay? And you read that in Revelations 11:8. All right? When it's talking about the great city that it's talking about when we get here to the last scripture here in Revelation 17:18, and it tells you, and that great city which reigneth over the kings of the earth. All right? And that's simple, people. All right? Who is the one who gives out sanction to all the nations? Is that the Vatican that does that? Rome, the Vatican? No. Who does that? America, Babylon the Great. Okay? No other nation does that. It's not the EU putting sanctions on America. It's not Russia who's putting sanctions on America. No, it's the opposite way around, isn't it? America put sanctions on their own allies. The EU put sanctions on Russia, China, Iran, Venezuela. You understand? So it's all plain and clear. It's all in your face. All right? All right. See what else here. Want to look up. Babylon. Okay? Babylon means confusion, people. All right? It means confusion. And it's done purposely. All right? To keep you people in the dark. All right? All right? Mother of harlots. See? Yeah, and America sells herself to all these nations. Metaphor for idolatrous. You see that? It's all about idolatry. All right? False worshiping, people. All right? Worshiping false idols. Okay? You understand that? All right? And that's represented right there in the Statue of Liberty. All right? That represents that. All right? Abominations, foul thing, detestable thing. See, of idols, things pertaining to idolatry. See that? See that? All right? Okay? All right. All right, you know what? I'm going to end this here. We'll be right back with part 2 of the breakdown of Revelation 17. Shalom, we'll be right back with part 2.